Hey going, Jess here from Adore Fitness. Just doing a video on core strengthening and all my tips about that. So let's get started. So basically, the first thing to remember, the first thing to know when it comes to strengthening your core, it is all really about increasing your awareness of your core muscles all the time. So, you know, even for me, all these years in, I'm still just trying to increase my awareness of all of the muscles and feel it more, if that makes sense. So my first tip and first thing to remember is always should be exhaling on your engagement of your core. So making sure we've got that connection from the brain, the lungs, the diaphragm, the muscle. You know, it's actually, if you know that you struggle on that, don't feel silly just doing the exercise of and making sure you're holding that core as you're pushing out the breath. Because that's then retraining all the pathways, right? To be able to do it at the same time. So, number two, if you're going to be going and doing a core strengthening little workout or a couple of exercises at home or something, start by getting your blood pumping first. And then it's important to remember, it's only about the engagement of those muscles. So every single time you do anything related to working on your core and your abs, anything in that region, if you're not engaging the muscle in that singular rep, that one you may as well put in the bin. So does that make sense? So make sure it's engaging every single time, because that's all it's about. And so a little rundown, if you're unaware of the muscles, the reason why it works so little like this, and it's so technical, we can't just get in there and start swinging around. I don't know if you've ever experienced like neck pain when you're doing crunches, or back pain when you're doing planks, or you feel it in your shoulders more, or I don't know, what's another one? You can't physically twist around like you need to with that medicine ball or the this or the whatever it is. You might suffer a weak pelvic floor, all those things, a weak lower back, all of those things, or you sometimes feel like, because it's your trunk, right? So your core is your trunk. So that is, if you think of it like we're a tree, obviously we've got a bit of weight up here, so we need to make sure our core can maintain and hold all that up for us. So then if we're going to say lift something up, whatever it may be, we've got the strength in our core to do that. So if you feel like you can't do that, you know, it might be to do with core strength. So let's just define the two between abs and core, because they are different, but they're in the same group. So abs, first of all, you've got 4 layers of abs. So it's not just one muscle, right? So the most important layer basically is the transverse layer, which is what you can call like your corset, and it's the one that's closest to your spine, and that's its job, is to basically keep your spine and your pelvis stabilized for you. The next 2 layers, we've got 2 layers of obliques, and they're the ones that wrap around our body on the sides, and are responsible for, you know, everyone's usually seen the obliques on the side here, they're responsible for our twisting and our bending motion side to side. So that's another one. And then the 4th one is the rectus, the abdominis on the front, which is the 6-pack that you can see, right? And that one's only responsible for this. So if you're doing all these and you're looking for some core strength, you're probably doing the wrong thing. So hopefully this video can help you. So the most important thing to remember, like seriously, is you need enough core strength before you can start building any major strength anywhere else in your body. So that's your abs. But your core actually includes all of those 4 layers of abs, plus 3 more. They are your diaphragm, because breathing, right? Control breathing. Your back stabilizer muscles as well. Plus your pelvic floor. So you can't cheat it. Guys, you really got to get that mind into the muscle, and be aware of all of these different areas of your body in there, and be aware of how to work them, how to control them, how to use them, and make sure that the breathing, you know, system is part of it as well and is trained into that. So give it a go, practice. You can practice every day. There's nothing wrong with doing that, especially if you're doing the breathing properly. Yeah, give it a go. Things we can do to help our core. So The very first one and foremost one to remember, that's always going to be your best one, is a plank. So let's get that right, shall we? So, hopefully you can see and hear me. Basically, when we go to do our plank, like we know, it's to do with what we're thinking about. So in this position, as I'm just about to push my other leg back, I'm already thinking engage the core as soon as I pick this knee up. Because obviously I'm on 3 legs then and it'll be unstable, so I need to make sure I've got those muscles turned on. So the next thing I remember when I'm doing a plank is that I need to push through my shoulder blades. So you can see I don't look anything like legs and covers because that's what they look like on there. But so how we actually do a plank so that we're engaging our core is push through those shoulder blades. The alternate, which is hanging down here, you're only going to feel it through your neck and you're not doing any favours for your core strength there. So push through those shoulder blades. I like to think that there's a fire on the mat underneath me, so I'm trying to push my body and lift it up away from there. Now the next thing to remember is with that bum, basically you tuck your coccyx under and you really suck it up towards your chest. When you do that, you'll feel your lower abs turn on, the entire core engaged, and just notice my shoulders are right on top of my elbows. Perfect, okay. So next one, after that, making sure we're breathing and exhaling throughout the plank as well. The plank is obviously one that we're holding, but exhale, breathing, obviously, exhale, breathing for the whole time. And just go for, I don't recommend giving a time limit to start with. I actually recommend going for as long as you can feel your actual abs engaged. If you start to lose that technique because you're obviously getting fatigued, then it's time to stop and move on to the next one and come back to it. Okay, so next one. Now, I don't know, I should notice that every time you're laying down on your back, obviously you can feel that our back has like an arch in it, whether your legs are down flat, you can see it more there. So that arch there. Now, if I was to just go start doing leg stuff and ab stuff and whatnot in that position, I'm more than likely going to be using my hips and my back to do that, not my core. So whenever I'm going to do my abs, I always do this first, and you'll see that that gives you a flat back on the mat. So, and that's another thing, if you're ever doing your abs and you feel it come off, probably stop or readjust and recheck that technique and make sure you're breathing. Okay, so from here, we're going to be holding our legs as if we're sitting in a chair. Now, if this is enough for you, fantastic. If you're just starting out with the mind-muscle connection, just go with a couple of these, making sure we're exhaling throughout, bring them back in. Here should be your rest point, not down there. Because as soon as you go back down there, you'll have to reset your back, right? So, legs here. The next step, this one is all about thinking. Don't go fast, go nice and slow. Well, everything's about thinking with the abs and core. So, from here, without trying to bend or straighten my leg anymore, all I'm doing is simply alternating and taking one down to the ground and bringing it back up. So the idea is you want to be feeling your abs actually working each time that leg goes down and balancing out your center of gravity, basically being your counterweight for you. So do as many of them as you can. Don't push it too much with the abs because it is all about the breathing and the engagement of it, okay? Next, we're going to do a bridge or a plank now on our hands. So basically the exact same rules apply, except now on your hands. Engage, there's a fire underneath, push away, exhale. And hold that position. Now from here, if we want to start bringing in the obliques, what we can do when we're ready for that is nice and slowly, with an exhale, bring one knee at a time up to that elbow. And you'll soon feel that down the side in your obliques. So the first 3 exercises that we went through are really good for the entire core, right? And the stabilizing muscles, especially that transverse one on the inside. So these next three that I'm going to show you are crunch varieties. So first one's going to be working the oblique layers, and then the other two will be working, the abs that everyone loves. So making sure we're doing the core ones first, and then the ab ones later. So larger muscle group first, followed by the smaller muscle groups at the end. Okay. So remember, mind in the muscle, breathing, control. There's no point just swinging the limbs around for the sake of it. So oblique crunches. Anytime we do a crunch, pretending we've got an apple under our chin, we're holding actually an orange. I don't know why it's an apple. They're not very big these days. An orange under your chin to your chest. You're holding that orange, okay? So that means that your head is locked into that position, right? No chin to neck stuff going on. So orange here. I put my fingers on my temples and don't have the elbows crunched in. We're going to have them out nice and wide. So from here, legs up. Once again, fix that back and starting like so. So my back is all the way down on the floor and I'm in the chair position. From here, exhaling, I come up, obviously you can see I move my legs and I'm bringing that elbow to the opposite knee. Change sides. So you can see there's a lot going on here. You can break it down if you're just starting out. You can just start with the legs. The most important thing, remember, is not what we're actually doing. It's more about the breathing, the connection to the abs. Right? Next is in. So move. Now our next step from there is we can remove our goal, but keep your hands here for a counterweight. And from here we actually want to be pushing our feet directly up to the roof. So I imagine that there's actually a button up there that I'm pressing with my feet, so that sort of triggers the right momentum for me in control, so that I know once I get there I've kind of got to push a little bit harder with control, obviously, to hit that button. And then the way down is the part where you're working on your controlling the movement. So you're trying to control your hips back down to the ground. Okay, and you can do them on a hill to make it even harder. So, our last one is, that's the lower abs, right? Last one is, I'll show you one for the upper abs as well. Everyone's dived into a pool before, so basically turn your hands into, I don't know, butterfly wings or something. Not a swimmer, or a diver. So, and then we're going to put them over our head, and actually make sure that your arms are pinned against your head. So they're touching, right? And don't let them separate. So from here, exhaling, I'm going to be coming up and diving into the roof. Pretty simple. You saw I didn't come off that high. I kept my head in line with my arms and I was breathing out each time. You feel that in your upper abs. So guys, I hope that helps. Well, these are the bum ups. These are really good as well, part of your warm up. You can do these for a warm up really easily. So look, you don't need to go anywhere and do some crazy warm up. You can do your warm up on your mat. I do that a fair bit. Do a plank as your warm up. It's really great to do the exercises that you're going to do in the workout as part of your warm up, so you can warm up the exact same muscles, right? Thank you so much for watching my video, guys. Don't forget to press like, comment and share if you think this can help any one of your friends. Thank you. Bye.